Good afternoon from the 2026 Junior League Softball World Series in beautiful Kirkland, Washington. We're in bracket play, and we're going global with this matchup. The Latin America region champions from Guayama, Puerto Rico, versus the Asia Pacific region champions from Bacolod City in the Philippines. 10 teams came to Kirkland, 8 of them advanced to the knockout stage of sorts. Bracket play began today. A game that just went final on the field opposite from us. The 1 seed in Pool A, North Carolina, had to come back and beat Canada 15-5. That game just went final a few minutes ago, while California, in a relatively tight one, took care of Czechia 5-0. California will await the winner of this one here between Puerto Rico and the Philippines. It's awesome to have you here with us inside Field 2 at Everest Park. Troy Clarity, the coach, Kirk Walker, and you. Coach, these are 2 very intriguing teams that have earned their way here to the championship bracket, and they have both gotten there in very distinct ways.
Yeah, you know, I think both teams are pretty balanced. They've got good offense, good defense, good pitching, good attention to detail. Obviously, different story in their 2 brackets, in the 2 different pools, but crossing pools here, and I think it's going to be a great game. I think these teams are evenly matched and will be a great game.
Yeah, Puerto Rico went 3-1 in pool play. Philippines went 2-2 during that portion of the tournament. Kurt, you mentioned good pitching. This young lady might just very well be the picture of that personified. Faith Tamba has been fantastic so far this week in Kirkland.
Faith Tamba has certainly made a name for herself. All of us announcers are talking about her and sharing stories about her. This young woman does a great job in the circle. Just a true athlete, competitor, brings a really good, crisp pitch, works both sides of the plate, good movement. Just really excited to see her go after this Latin American defense, or offense.
Yeah, we're going to crunch some numbers and give those to you during the course of the show. They're going to blow your mind. Going to be a tall task, perhaps, for the Puerto Rico batting order. Here they are from 1 through 13, but this is certainly a squad that can put up runs quick, fast, and in a hurry. Absolutely.
They've got some significant batting averages happening here. Obviously, Sanchez with the 4th highest batting average in the tournament at 625. Texador 429. Santana with 500. So they've got several big hitters that can make an impact.
Puerto Rico versus the Philippines. Away we go. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Faith Tamba jumping right out of the box, going right at the strike zone, and no surprise here, gets that first strike.
Philippines defense at times hasn't had much to do because Tamba's been so dominant in the circle. No balls and 1 strike. Down to Arroyo, the leadoff batter for Puerto Rico. Swing and miss, no balls and 2 strikes.
Great pitch. Look at that movement there. She throws a curveball on the outside with tremendous amount of break. So it's not just the velocity and the location, but you can see the break on that pitch is really significant and difficult for a hitter to keep up with.
The 0-2. Hauls it in at short. Matarong is able to hang on. 1 away.
Faith Tamba doing a great job as well defensively. She fields her position incredibly well. We're definitely going to see some significant work from behind the plate too with Palmera. Has been really solid behind the plate.
Brings up, Texador. Texador walked 3 times against Czechia on Sunday in the opener. That was a 27-15 final in 5 innings. Big swing and a miss here. Faith Tamba this week struck out 10 in the opener against California on Wednesday, a Sunday rather, a tough luck loss that day. She struck out 17 batters, walked none against Texas later that day. 9 strikeouts against Canada. 10 strikeouts, no walks against Pennsylvania yesterday.
Really impressive outing on that first day. Just thinking about the number of innings that she threw that first day, coming off that really difficult loss late in the game on a home run, but really came out the next game and was so dominant. She was determined to leave the day with at least 1 win.
Joan Vega, the manager for Puerto Rico. And the 0-2. That's outside 1-2. Tamba has thrown every single pitch for the Philippines here this week. Coming into this game, she had thrown 365 pitches. 304 of them for strikes. 83% of her pitches thrown for strikes heading into the day.
Pretty unheard of, and obviously an absolutely great statistic.
And she adds to it here. Strike 3.
Not only is she getting the called strikes, but she's throwing a lot of great pitches that the hitters just can't stay off of. So when you're putting that many strikes up, as long as your defense is staying on their toes, they're gonna be ready to play, because not a lot of balls being thrown that don't have a factor on the game.
Tejidor, the first strikeout for Tamba today. Brijnelik Centeno is the batter. Brijnelik went 4 for 4, drove in 3 against Czechia on Sunday. Yeah, 83% of your pitches going for strikes over a 4-game period, and you've appeared in every single game on every single pitch. Is that something I can interest you in? Is that good?
I think she's got a bright future in the circle for a collegiate program, for internationally for Philippines. So
in the air, Behar calls for it and makes the catch just in fair territory, and the side is retired. 2 pop-outs and a strikeout. Puerto Rico 0, Philippines coming to bat. Over on field 1, Central Region champs from Michigan will meet the East Region champs from Pennsylvania. That game will get going at the bottom of next hour. We're already underway here on field 2 and heading to the bottom of the first inning between Puerto Rico and the Philippines. Taking a look now at the Puerto Rico starting pitcher, it's Brianna Sanchez, who has been their workhorse and seen a lot of work in the circle.
Absolutely. Brianna Sanchez also getting a lot of working time, a lot of innings, and we'll come at this hitters a little bit differently. She works a little bit more down in the zone. She will change speeds a little bit more than Tamba, and we're going to see certainly on her ability to work both inside and outside being really important for her to get hitters to hopefully get a lot of ground balls.
Sanchez, a 5-inning complete game shutout against Washington yesterday. We'll be facing this batting order. It's a full roster. You can have up to 14 players on your roster in Little League. Philippines taking full advantage, 1 through 14, and they can get some things going.
Truly a really powerful offense, and you bring in, talk about Barlita in the 3 spot, hitting .750, the #1 batting average coming out of pool play for all 10 teams. And obviously she's surrounded by Behar, who's hitting over 400, and Tamba, and both Diaz and Antera hitting .375, and Chua down in the 9 spot is hitting .427. So significant batting averages coming in on that Philippine side.
Yeah, there's Lizvi Halandoni, the manager of the team. She was here last year with Bacolod City Little League when this squad was here, but went just 1-3 in pool play, lost to the Central Region champs from Illinois in the first round of elimination last year. Bacolod City Little League hoping for a deeper run this year as Sanchez starts off Audrey Colleen Mataron with a strike.
Well, you can't deny the factor of the experience. I think we've seen multiple teams that have come back in their second year here and performed much better. Experience does a lot for you. not even just in your motivation, but just your ability to understand what it's going to take and how teams are going to be effective.
Perhaps no better illustration of that than Foothill Little League, the West Region champs that went winless in pool play here last year, returned this year, and they haven't lost yet.
Obviously, that team out of Palo Cedro has done a great job, and really, I think, bringing all that experience into a really complete package.
Couple of hard hops to second, handled by Roque to Delgado. 1 out.
And Sanchez is going to rely heavily on her defense, and she's got a great defense out there on the field with her. That's, I think, one of the things that we will see maybe a little bit different than the Philippines, where rely heavily on the strikeout from Tamba. But Sanchez is certainly going to rely heavily on her defense.
Jewel Miles Behar was here last year, one of the 6 players who made the return trip to Kirkland. Fouled off, and wow, that was pretty close to our camera stand over on that side. You okay down there? You're good? You're all right? There you go.
Those camera stations are in a little bit vulnerable spot down the line, right? Where we might get a foul ball on either side, but we appreciate them holding true and keeping the camera on the game. Behar is hitting .440 and
trying to add to it here, but the nice stretch by Delgado to go.
Delgado really doing a good job of hanging tight there. I think she took a little bit of an early stride and then had a throw that really pulled her up and almost pulled her off the base. You can see that throw's kind of high, and trying to stride out while you're going for a high throw is a recipe for disaster, but she was able to hold that foot on the bag.
Charis Barlita looks at strike 1 from Sanchez. Chang Chang is her nickname. And so far, she has done quite well at the plate. 2 for 2 against California, 2 for 2, a couple driven in against Texas, 1 for 2 with an RBI against Canada, and 1 for 2 yesterday against Pennsylvania.
I mean, look at that OPS, that 1.653 OPS.
This one's a high fly ball to right. Centeno, who started off a 9-3-6-2 double play, the triple play rather, the other day, makes the grab. Scoreless through 1 in Kirkland. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s here in the Seattle metro area. Breeze here at Kirkland, moving from left to right across the field. Fantastic playing conditions. Bracket play. We've moved to that portion of the Junior League Softball World Series. And we're about to begin the top of the 2nd inning here in the dog days of summer in the Pacific Northwest.
Certainly a little warmer today and a little more consistent of a breeze. We're in probably the best spot in the entire complex here, sitting in the treehouse with a consistent shade all day long. and a nice breeze to keep us cool.
Faith Tamba has been hot for much of the week in the circle. Brianna Sanchez looks at the first pitch on the outside corner, called for strike one.
Certainly she's bringing the heat. Her velocity, her arm swing, she's got great mechanics. And that's why she's been able to throw so many innings for this team and be solely effective at throwing so many strikes.
Outside corner called again, 0-2.
Early in that game, we talk about this all the time, the pitcher's trying to settle in and find out what the umpire's strike zone is going to be. Obviously, the basics of the strike zone doesn't change, but every umpire has a little bit different way they see that strike zone. And right now, Tamba's getting that outside pitch, and she loves that.
Going a bit too far outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Trying to stretch the zone a little bit too far. And Palmero doing a great job behind the plate. Catcher's really a indispensable defensive player, emotionally, physically, leadership-wise. Such a physical, demanding position.
Outside again, 2-2. Brianna Sanchez, the batter. She said that her goal in this tournament was to win at least the first 3 games. Well, they won 2 out of 3, their first 3 in pool play, but ended up 3-1 during that portion of this event.
So they certainly did get 3 wins. They weren't the first 3, but I'm sure she'll take those 3 wins and settle at that being an accomplishment as it should be.
And have a chance to advance. The winner meets the West Region champion from California tomorrow in the semifinals.
Her favorite athlete, her brother. Love that. Favorite baseball player, Kiki Hernandez. It's a pretty dynamic athlete to be a fan of.
Count stays at 2-2. Sanchez fouls off yet another one. Guayama, Puerto Rico, with wins over Czechia, Michigan, and the hosts from Washington District 9. Clapped hard to second, handled well by Chua.
Chua does a great job of staying down this ball. It's a sharply hit ball, obviously off of Sanchez's bat. It's a one-hopper, but comes in really quick. And Chua does a nice job, as you can see here. She's going to stay down on this. May not field it cleanly into the glove, but blocks it in a way that uses her body, and then a quick, easy throw over to Behar.
Here's Yadi Figueroa. Fouls it off for strike one.
Yadi's favorite athlete, Simone Biles. Favorite baseball player, Shohei Ohtani.
Can't go wrong with either of those two.
2 really impressive individuals that have always shown great character and great passion for youth sports.
Foul back, 0-2. Moments like that last foul off make me glad that that band shell style backstop is right where it is. Otherwise, Kirk, you might be doing the show yourself the rest of the way.
Being a pitcher, I was used to balls being hit back at me, but not usually coming backwards from home plate. Just misses on that outside. Framed really well by Palmero there. Give that umpire an extra look at that pitch. Make him think about it twice. She's really dialed in on that outside part of the plate.
Foul back. Home plate umpire is David Bice. John Ignacio at first, Dan Hoffman at second, Sam Fontecchio at third. John Ignacio, the crew chief.
The one thing that we haven't seen a lot out of Tamba is in change in speeds. She just comes at you, and it's been effective for her. we'll see if that continues to be the case. Obviously, as she is progressing in her development as a pitcher, I think developing off speed would be really, really powerful for her, because she throws so well at hitting her spots and great spin and great velo. Sometimes you need that off speed to disrupt a hitter's timing.
Another long at bat. And that one is roped and smoked, but well foul. That ball may never be seen by human eyes again.
And here she is. Yadi's doing a great job, obviously, coming in with a .444 batting average and top 30 average within all the players in the league. She's kind of got the timing down for Thomas, so Thomas got to be careful here. Make sure he makes the ball move.
Popped up, could be playable. Coming up, Behar hangs on.
Behar really does a nice job. It's a ball that's going in and out of the sun and the shade. And the nice thing there, Tama does a really good job of putting a little extra spin on that pitch, causing Yadi to pop that up. Behar stays with it. Super excited. Knows it was a little unorthodox and giggles about it.
He went a long way and had to reach back to hang on to it. But made the out. Anielis Martinez swings and misses for strike one. Meanwhile, that ball that was fouled off deep into the trees, I don't know, some way, somehow, a young fan actually just emerged from the trees a few seconds ago with the ball.
I guarantee they have spent time running in and out of those trees and those bushes and created forts and all little areas, so they probably know that inside of those bushes more than anything else. Martinez bringing in the 9th highest batting average in the tournament, .556 average. Tamba will continue to respect that, but hitting her spots and hopefully getting...
Fly ball to the left. Diaz giving chase.
Great
collides
effort
with the fence.
That ball was tailing, obviously out and tailing into foul territory, and really great hustle by Diaz. Collides with the fence there last minute, but really does a great job of staying focused on that and just out of her reach.
Came up just short. There's the young lady who came up with that ball in the, in the bushes and in the trees.
She's like, I got it. What do I get for that? Do I get a bag of popcorn, a popsicle? What do I get?
I think you do, actually. You take a foul ball back to the concession stand, and I think you get a treat.
Well, now you tell me. Might be going after more of these foul balls.
Well, that's a treat.
Caught looking.
High strike called, and that's Tamba's second strikeout of the game so far. Bottom second coming up in a moment. Puerto Rico went 3-1 in pool play. They actually finished up that portion on Tuesday with the 13-0 win over Washington. And along the way in that one, they put forth one of the more incredible plays that we've seen all week. Washington had bases loaded and nobody out until this happens. Fly ball to right, diving grab by Bridgenella Centeno, and then the craziness takes into effect.
She tries to get the runner out at first base, doesn't get her. They throw to second, get the runner out. Then they throw home. A collision at the plate. Originally, the runner was called safe, and then after review, showed she never came back and hit home plate. So, triple play. Very unorthodox. It was pretty amazing to watch in real time.
9-3-6-2 triple play. How about that? And it started with that young lady in right. Cheska Palmera leading off for the Philippines. Palmera was here last year at 467, 2025. That's a little bit quieter so far in this go around.
Palmera doing a great job, obviously, behind the plate. Has been contributing offensively, maybe not to the same extent as some of the people around her, but she certainly has the potential of a huge threat offensively.
Drove in 3 against Texas. Philippines beat Texas 7-1 on Sunday, and then beat Canada 7-4 on Tuesday. Those were their 2 wins in pool play. Their 2 losses were really decided by 2 swings of the bat combined.
It really was a couple of heartbreakers, you'd say, and I think we've definitely seen, like I said, the defense of this Puerto Rico team is something to watch.
That goes over for a called strike 1.
Really good pitch by Sanchez there. Fooling Palmera.
First base runner of the game.
Palmera does a good job being disciplined there and not chasing balls out of zone. Another characteristic that we've seen that the Philippines does a good job of.
The Asia Pacific region champions. Their dugout likes it. Faith Tomba at the plate. Faith 2 for 3 with a run driven in against Texas. Sends this one high to right. There's Centeno. Had to readjust there. The ball is coming down, but is able to make the catch.
Navigating the sun. This field is interesting. Obviously, the sun is challenging for the left field and maybe center field early in the day, and later in the day, it's certainly the right side of the field. As you can see the shadows directly behind them, that means anything that's hit up in the air is going to be potentially in that line of the sun.
Joey Feb Diaz fouls off the first pitch that she sees. Right now, if you're in right field, you're looking directly west and towards Lake Washington and the city of Seattle. There's a bit more on Joey Feb. She says if you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit.
I love that. No quitting involved.
No quitting in that young lady on the screen right there. Go back to first. Back in safely. Count evens out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Jolie Feb coming in with a .375 batting average. Would love to add to that here with a runner on. Move a runner around. Tries a sneaky bunt there. It's a decent idea. Obviously, if she can get it to the first base side. See Martinez at third base is in close.
Strike 3 call.
We've seen a few strikeouts here looking.
Diaz, the latest high strike called there.
Sometimes that's part of the batters and the pitchers trying to figuring out the strike zone of the umpire. Other times it's just being fooled by a pitch.
Chantal Intira Fair ball. Tejedor sends the throw into right field. Palmera over to third. Runners at the corners and a chance for the Philippines.
Good base run by the Philippines. It's really actually an incredibly tough play. Palmera does a great job. Tejedor does a great job of getting out of the box and getting to that ball, making a quick throw. Unfortunately, doesn't make a good throw. Right fielder, thank goodness, is backing her up in good position. Keeps that ball from getting down the line and turning into a run.
Jenny Rose Hermojino, the batter. Jenny Rose looking for her first base hit of the week. With the runner and Tara advancing the second uncontested. If there's been one Achilles heel for Puerto Rico at times, it's been their defense. They've had some defensive lapses that have been problematic at times. Pitch to Hermojino. It's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think the speed of the Philippines team is coming into play here. And anytime you have speed on the offensive side, it pressures the defense to move quicker, try and throw harder. All of those things lead to defensive miscues.
Sanchez takes this one herself and
Great
gets
composure.
the throw over the first.
Great composure.
So the Philippines get a runner over to third, but left stranded there. 2 innings in, scoreless. Taking a swing and advancing in bracket play here at the Junior League Softball World Series. Scoreless here in the top of the 3rd inning. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League Baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. If you enter your address in the Seattle East Side metro area, Kirkland, Bellevue, Bothell, Sammamish, perhaps. You might be calling this place your home. Everest Park, Kirkland, Washington. Naelis Rosa, the batter, to lead things off. At the top of the 3rd inning, there's that outside corner called. Rosa with a home run against Michigan.
Rosa swings the bat. She doesn't get cheated very often. Brings in a 300 batting average, but certainly a big threat for the long ball.
Also brings in 6 RBI, 0-2.
Big swing there. Tomba's doing a nice job of throwing a moving pitch on the outside part of the plate. We've seen some hitters try and go, or some pitchers try and go inside on Rosa. And if they miss over the plate, she's made them pay.
Too high, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
One of the few balls that Tomba has thrown.
She doesn't throw a whole lot of them. Again, coming into the day in 4 games pitched this week, she was throwing strikes at an 83% clip. Too far outside there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Naelis Rosa, who wants to own her own sports shop and help kids who don't have equipment. Let them get involved in the game. Whatever game they choose to play, I'm sure. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smack to center. And Tira drops in front of her. And Rosa safe at first.
Good piece of hitting there with Rosa on the outside pitch. Does a good job of driving it that way. And Tira on track to make this catch, but I don't know if it was the sun or the wind or just misjudged that slightly, but came up just short.
Yeah, that ball just seemed to be pushed down a bit.
It did seem to have a little bit of a stop or a pause.
Ruled a single. Scampering back to first is Rosa. She is back in safely.
Good job by the right fielder backing up that pickoff attempt. It's always dangerous on that pickoff attempt. If a throw gets down the line on this field, it could, 200-foot fence, it could definitely lead to a run.
Pitch inside, gets the corner call. No balls, 2 strikes on Dianelis Uroque.
Tamba loves that inside part of the plate, especially when a hitter's trying to put down a sacrifice. She'll throw that rise ball on the inside, try and get them to pop it up. Or
swing and a miss, strike 3.
Tamba strikes again. I think really you see her step up when they get a runner on, someone gets a runner on against her. She seems to step up to another gear. Comes up with a big pitch here with great movement on that upper part of the zone. Well, cannot catch up to that.
Camelia Delgado takes the first pitch. Camelia loves Little League because it helps channel her emotions, improve her skills, and work as part of a team. Runner at first is Naelis Rosa. The 1-0 to Delgado. Now 1-1.
Big cut by Delgado. Sometimes when you're facing a pitcher with this kind of velocity and speed, you feel like you have to swing harder, swing earlier. I think just being on time is what's important.
Delgado went 2 for 2 and drove in a couple against Washington on Tuesday.
A little bit of an off-speed pitch out there at a Tamba. Not sure if it was on purpose or just fell out of her hand.
Time called by Puerto Rico.
Hitters by rule are required to keep 1 foot in the box and keep the game moving. She steps out when coach calls time, but umpire hadn't given time yet, so she was listening to the coach but not to the umpire.
Always have to listen to the umpire. Very important. 2-1. Hard on the ground, scooped up, throws to first, bounces wide. So Chua gets the lead runner.
Chua does a nice job fielding that ball. It's almost a perfectly suited double play ball, but opts to keep the ball herself, and rather than turning it over to the shortstop, I think might have been able to flip it to the shortstop a little bit quicker and make the double play, but no harm, no foul. They got the out. Still only 1 runner on.
So 2 out for Heavenly Santiago. Drove in a couple against Czechia on Sunday. First pitch high for ball 1. I'm still trying to process that game against Czechia. 27-15, Puerto Rico won. Czechia scored 15 runs, and A, not only lost, but B, got run ruled. It was a 5-inning game.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that they were playing softball. I think they might have been playing flag football over there or something. I'm not sure.
It was a tough day for Czechia on Sunday. They also had given up 23 runs to North Carolina earlier in the day, but they rebounded and they played better. Still lost to Michigan, but able to beat Washington, the host team, yesterday, and gave California, the West Region champs, a good ball game today. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Great pitch on the outside to Tamba. Loves living in that upper part of that zone with that rise ball. And moves it around both on the inside and the outside. Palmer does a great job. Great focus. The full swing right there, but stays focused and takes care of the ball.
Foul back.
I've always thought catchers are probably some of our best multitaskers because they're looking at the field, they're calling pitches, they're focused on the pitcher, they're focused when a ball's being swung at. Doing a lot of things happening in front of them.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tamba rears back and deals her 4th strikeout of the afternoon. Scoreless through 2.5. And so far for the Philippines, it's been pretty simple. You gotta have faith. Guayama Little League, Guayama, Puerto Rico. There they are in picture form. Guayama squaring off against Bacolod City Little League out of the Philippines. A global matchup here for you today. Winner faces the West Region champions from California. That game will be tomorrow, but first we need to decide this one here today. Bottom third about to begin. Philippines picking up the bat, starting off with Angel Chua in the 9th spot.
Chua loves to wear the number 2 because it's the birth month. February is her birth month, and she loves the number 2.
You're not guaranteed to wear the same number on the World Series level as you do during the regular season and the run-up to the World Series. But when you have a chance to take your regular number, I guess you take advantage of it.
It's a great opportunity. Has aspirations of being a policewoman. And her role model is her mom. We've seen that a lot from A lot of the young women that are here that really look up to their moms.
Always fantastic to see. Gianna Sanchez in the circle for Puerto Rico has now thrown 2+. And so far has allowed a walk, struck out 1. Bacolod City in the Philippines, about 300 miles south of Manila. Population just under 625,000, almost 1.5 million in the Bacolod metro area. Fly ball to right. Centeno right there.
Centeno does a nice job of staying focused on that with dealing with the sun. She's having a good time out there.
Aren't we all?
Trying to compete for the votes for her teammates to call her the best dancer, but Behar, I think, is, oh no, that's on the other team, but she certainly wanted to be tagged as the best dancer on her team.
Georgina Mayo Castillo is at the plate now, looking for her first base hit of the day. Bacolod City, by the way. Number 1, it's already Friday morning out there. Number 2, average rainfall in Bacolod City, 77 inches per year. You think of Seattle, where we are, the Seattle metro area, and you think it rains here all the time, and yeah, it kind of does, but that's twice the amount of rainfall that Seattle gets. They get double that amount in Bacolod City.
Well, I will say, as somebody who lived in the Northwest.
So there's a base hit by Castillo, her first of the week.
Lived in the Northwest here for 18 years. It's not necessarily the quantity of rain, it's the number of days of gray, drizzly weather.
Yep, that's what gets you.
I think the Philippines, when it rains, it rains. It's not a half-hearted attempt.
Not a half-hearted swing by Castillo there. Janine Pasila on the batter.
Philippines trying to get something going here with the leadoff or runner getting on with 1 out. See if they can turn this around. They left a runner on third base.
Outside half called, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 of the last 3 Junior League Softball World Series have been won by international teams. Last year was the Southwest Region champs from Texas, but the year before that, in 2024, it was Czechia who got it done. On the move, Castillo takes second easily. And in 2023, it was Bago City Little League out of the Philippines that won this event. Have a look at that wild pitch.
Sanchez really tries to overthrow that pitch and gets away. Texador.
Didn't miss by much. Count now goes to 3-1.
Great opportunity here with Pasalon with a runner at second base with only 1 out.
Three balls, 1 strike. Reaches out, fouls that one off, the count full. By the way, that Bago City team from the Philippines that won in 2023 also took 3rd in the 2022 Junior League Softball World Series.
Certainly creating a lot of tradition out of that Bacolod City. Team here trying to live up to that and advance in this championship bracket.
Line to short, keeps Castillo at second.
Rosa doing a good job of making sure she makes that catch. Obviously, it's not a hard hit ball, and it's kind of dying. She drops to the knees there to make sure she stays underneath that ball and comes up with the play, keeping that runner at second base.
Here's Jamaica Bernadette Sirocco with 2 outs. Sirocco 1 for 2, drove in a run against Texas. Sends that one in foul territory.
Sirocco taking that outside pitch and trying to drive it that way, just a little bit behind in the count, or behind in the pitch. Still a threat here, obviously, with a runner in scoring position, even with 2 outs.
Snagged by Tejidor. Keeps Castillo at second.
Philippines are hitting 14 in their lineup.
Yeah, which could create kind of an interesting dynamic, because that kind of means it takes longer for you to get back around to the top of your lineup.
Certainly can delay turning over that lineup and getting back to the top of their lineup. Significantly more successful right now than the bottom part of their lineup. But here in Little League, obviously, it's about participation and making sure that everyone's getting their playing time. I love the continuous batting order.
Tapped, fair. Sanchez the scoop, and the side is retired. 3 innings in. Still looking for our first run between Puerto Rico and the Philippines. What better way to spend a Thursday afternoon than to be here at the Junior League Softball World Series? Now it's a scoreless game between Puerto Rico and the Philippines, and we're whittling our way through the quarterfinal round right now. California and North Carolina, the 1 seeds in the respective pools, their respective pools, winners earlier today, although in a lot of ways it wasn't exactly easy. Canada scored early. North Carolina had to get big runs late to get the run rule win. And California, Czechia kind of held them in check a little bit. The winner of this one will face the West Region champs from Northern California. The 11, 12, 13 batters due up for Puerto Rico, beginning with Yoraris Vega. And Dave Tamba fires a first pitch strike.
Been a little bit of a pitcher's duel here so far in the first 3 innings. Done a little bit differently. Tamba with 5 Ks. Sanchez using her defense a little bit more, 1 K. But each team only having 1 hit.
Appeal to first base umpire John Ignacio says that Yoraris went around, so the count goes to 0-2. Yoraris pitched for Guayama Little League in the 2023 Little League Softball World Series in Greenville, North Carolina. They went 2-2. Now they're here on the Junior League Softball World Series level. That pitch on another level. 3 pitches, 3 strikes.
Another strikeout looking. Tamba might have missed the pitch where she was supposed to throw it, but got the strike, and she can laugh about it and take the out. I don't think she was laughing at Vega. I think she was laughing that she missed the pitch and didn't get hurt by it.
Tyrisha Chatini swings and misses for strike one. Tyrisha likes to dance. Who doesn't? Was this Footloose? The 0-1. No balls, 2 strikes now.
Big swing by Chatini there. Dream job is to be a veterinarian. Another common one that we've seen a lot, I think, this week. A lot of love for animals, I think.
Yeah. Foul back. No balls and 2 strikes. Tamba with 5 Ks so far. Struck out 51 batters so far this week in 4+ games. Make it 52.
Racking up the Ks. She's had several looking. See her delivering this pitch on the inside part of the plate. Good solid strike. Got Chatini looking.
Paula Rodriguez fouls that one back. Is the bottom of the Puerto Rico order. We're at number 13. This is Rodriguez's first plate appearance of the day.
Rodriguez, a big fan of the Oklahoma Sooners softball team.
I got a few of those nationwide. Outside corner, 0-2. Tom has been hitting her spots in this inning.
Great movement on this pitch on the outside. She runs it on the outside and gets a little bit of a break. Carrying that out of the strike zone, it's really impressive.
Fouled off where the West Region champs were sitting. Heads up back there.
One of the great things, obviously, Tamba knows that she's going to get the ball a lot and throw a lot of innings.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why on her part it's really important that she throw a lot of strikes.
There's a fly ball to left. Diaz makes the grab, retires aside. 3 up and 3 down. As Tamba is doing Tamba things. Bottom 4th coming up in a moment. Scoreless ball game. Bottom 4th between Puerto Rico and the Philippines. Still looking for our first run of this game. Quarterfinal round. progress. We'll hit the semifinals tomorrow, and both of those games will be played on field number 1. We're on field 2 right now. So this will be our last broadcast from our location here at field 2. Great to have you with us here, Troy Clarity and Kirk Walker. You're on ESPN Plus. Thanks for checking this out, no matter where you are, at any point on the globe.
Now batting for Asia Pacific,
Bottom of the order is coming up for the Philippines, as they start off here with their 13th batter in the order. They have a full 14-player lineup. Elaine Passion. Sanchez working through her first time through the order. Elaine would like to be a flight attendant.
And also enjoys playing futsal.
Swing and miss, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Great pitch on the outside. Sanchez doing a good job of mixing speeds and locations. Tends to keep the ball down in the zone.
Another big swing and a miss, 1-2.
That pitch a little more up in the zone. Sanchez's motion is not as quick as Tamba, but throws a heavy ball, resulting in a lot of swing and misses.
Strikeout number 2 for Sanchez. And the first one swinging this afternoon.
Yeah.
Now we hit the bottom of the order. Michaela Joyce Agon. Agon can speak English and a little Thai as well. Got a base hit against Texas. Philippines played 2 on Sunday. Tough result to start. Gave up a home run in the top of the 7th inning to California to lose 3-1, but then bounced back in a big way to beat Texas 7-1.
Aggressive swinging there. Athlete, one of the few athletes we've seen come through without batting gloves. Some athletes don't like the feel of batting gloves.
Oh, that's the feel of this one.
That feels good. Driving the ball, obviously, it's a good piece of hitting there. Ball on the outside part of the plate. She allows it to get a little deeper. Outside pitch a little bit deeper. It's a great way to hit it. Drives it to that right center gap. No threat of being caught, obviously.
Who needs batting gloves when you swing and make contact like that? Back to the top of the order we go. Audrey Colleen Matarong, 0 for 1. Bunts it straight back foul. Audrey Colleen says she touches her bat 3 times before stepping into the box. We need to keep an eye on that routine. Maybe that was going into every at-bat. No balls and 1 strike. Taylor setting up way outside. Catcher drops down the bunt. Back to Sanchez. Gets it to first in time and moves over Agon.
It's a great bunt. Actually, a little bit more of a sneaky bunt, I would say, rather than a sacrifice bunt. Looking to try and be safe. She actually does a great job of getting out of that box quickly. Disguises the bunt late, drops it. Sanchez does a really good job of staying patient and composed and makes a great throw to first base, getting that second out of the inning.
A little help from Tejidor telling her to throw to first along the way. Jewel Miles Behar dropped down a bunt in the first and ended up being a ground out. Behar's got a birthday coming up. She'll turn 15 on August the 18th. So we've got about, what, 12 shopping days left? Fouled off, 1-1. With 2 outs, bottom 4th. There's Agong, and there's Behar. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Behar's been a difficult hitter to get out, hitting .440. Sanchez definitely wants to go after Behar here.
Instead reaches out, and a diving grab in left. Dana Arroyo.
Spectacular catch, saving a run.
And we might need to put a pin in that sequence with the runner at second and 2 out, and a ball that appeared to be dangerous. Not as dangerous as Dana. She makes the grab and preserves the scoreless tie. Split screen gives us a live look. Field 1, left side. Central Region champs out of Michigan, East Region champs out of Pennsylvania. They are just underway. Winner of that one faces the Southeast Region champs from North Carolina, who beat Canada 15-5. Meanwhile, on Field 2, which is where we are, Puerto Rico and the Philippines. We're scoreless. Ahead to the top of the 5th inning. Winner here will face the West Region champions out of California tomorrow. Plenty happening here as the Junior League Softball World Series action heats up. Top of the order, Dana Arroyo, who made that fantastic grab to end the last frame, picks up a bat. And is already at work here, smacking this one deep to center field. Bouncing at the wall. Arroyo with a stand-up double.
That ball's driven to the right center gap. Right off the bat, first pitch. Arroyo bringing her adrenaline off of that catch and translating into a ball that's driven to the wall. Really good piece of hitting. Tamba throws that outside pitch, and she does a great job of going with it. Going in for a stand-up double. And they have Puerto Rico in a position here to do some damage at the top of the order.
Yuri Tejidor struck out in the first.
429 hitter.
Joe's bunt doesn't connect. Scoreless game. Top of the 5th. This is the first time that Puerto Rico has been able to get a runner over the second so far today.
And doing that with no outs. Prime opportunity here. Texas already trying to move the runner.
One ball, one strike.
Squared to bunt on the first pitch, but standing and looking to swing here. We'll see if coach puts on another sacrifice. Tamba's a great defender, and our lead at third base.
Both corner infielders rushing just in case the bunt connected.
As the defense is moving, both corners crashing in, both middle infielders moving to the corner bases, leaving nobody covering the batter at second base. If they're paying attention, she obviously is able to take an aggressive lead. Texador now with 2 strikes, probably have the bunt off. Try and move the runner with her bat.
Got her. Big strikeout.
Tamba again coming in and turning up the heat when an opponent makes an offensive threat. She really turns around and has come up with a big strikeout each time Puerto Rico has done some damage.
7 Ks so far today. Here's Centeno. Fouls it back, 0-1.
2 really good hitters here coming to the plate. Centeno, 500 hitter. But with the way Tamba is throwing, she really needs to do a good job of looking to drive the ball opposite field, not trying to pull the ball. Let Tamba's speed work against her and just squaring up a ball to the opposite field.
Goes around, 0-2.
One of the benefits of 2-strike hitter, we know that Tamba is probably not likely to throw an off-speed pitch. Throws great velocity. Tamba can keep attacking the strike zone, probably go up in the zone here.
Instead, Centeno goes down and gets it. Hits it to center field. Arroyo scores easily. Puerto Rico ahead 1-0.
Centeno does a great job on that high pitch. Turning on it, driving it, probably, I would say, a mistake pitch there by Tamba. Head in the count and leaves the ball just a little bit too meaty over the plate for such a good hitter. It's a big RBI and puts Puerto Rico in the lead.
Puerto Rico finally strikes. This one was drilled by Centeno into center field.
No play at the plate. Obviously, as that ball's driven deep to that left center gap. Center field does a nice job of corralling it, not letting it get to the fence, but no play with that kind of speed from Aurora.
Centeno's 7th base hit of the week and her 7th RBI of the week. Tamba exhales, is ready to go back to work. Brianna Sanchez grounded to second. To get the second, slashes at this bunt attempt, sends it foul. We should note that in the bracket, the championship bracket, all 4 of the international region teams made it into the championship bracket. That's pretty cool.
Certainly a pretty great, exciting statement for state of softball worldwide.
That being said, there's only going to be 1 remaining by close of business today. Czechia lost this morning. Canada also dropped its game today. The last 2 remaining are squaring off right now.
Guaranteed one of them will obviously make the semifinals. Not a game here left, but great opportunity for Puerto Rico getting ahead of probably one of the most dominant pitchers we've seen in the tournament so far in Faith Tamba.
No doubt.
She's facing a pretty good hitter right here with Sanchez, hitting .625, the 4th highest batting average in the tournament.
2-2.
Only one out here, and obviously is a power-hitting left-handed hitter here. She pulls that ball to the right side.
Instead, waves at it and misses. Strike 3.
Tom was happier with that pitch than the one she threw to Centeno. That ball up in the zone with the velocity and the movement that she has is tough to catch up with. With 2 strikes on her, she doesn't need to throw a strike. That's a great pitch, great location.
Yadi Figueroa fouled out to first in the second. One run in for Puerto Rico so far. Trying to add on. Behar just takes it herself and steps on the bag for the 3rd out. But a leadoff double by Dana Arroyo leads to an RBI single by Bridgenelix Centeno and a 1-0 lead for Puerto Rico. First run of the game happened in the top half of the 5th. Philippines will try to answer in the bottom half. Want to see some girls with game? Tune into an exciting summer of softball and visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more.
Charlize Barlita leading off here. Wants to see if they can get her team to respond to the run that scored by Puerto Rico.
High and tailing outside to Barlita, who was a leadoff walk in the second, but ended up not scoring. Got all the way over to 3rd thanks to a throwing error, but was left stranded there. Pop up on the infield. Rosa makes the grab.
Big out there, obviously, for Sanchez. Barlita brought in the leading batting average in the tournament. So to get her in that leadoff out spot is a huge boost for Puerto Rico.
Jessica Palmera. Outside corner called for strike 1. Jessica would love to meet and take a picture with Taylor Swift. My wife has.
Really?
She has.
Wow.
Yes, indeed.
That's a good fun fact.
Her invite to the wedding must have gotten lost in the mail, though. Bouncer to 3rd, fires wide of the target. And Palmera safe at 1st.
Challenging play there, a little miscommunication, and both pitcher and third base, Sanchez and Martinez, go after that ball. Sanchez gets a little bit in the way of Martinez as she comes around to make the throw. I thought she was going to end up getting the out, but a little bit of an errant throw.
Well, and if the Philippines wants to, not that they're out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, but if they want to certainly get some runs across, those are the kind of things that are going to need to happen, because Puerto Rico has shown at times some defensive stretches where they just have had some major lapses that have cost them.
Absolutely, really important for Philippines, I think, here at this point in the game, and going into this bottom of the fifth here. They haven't necessarily come up with a lot of hits, so they need to take advantage of something. And with a miscue there by Puerto Rico.
Hit to second, dribbles off Roque's glove. Safe at second, safe at first.
It's a tough play up the middle. Again, I think probably a little bit of a miscue. I think if she leaves her feet and keeps that ball in front of her, she's got an easy toss to second. But instead, it goes off of her glove, and both runners are going to be safe.
And it looked like she was thinking of making the flip to second.
Yeah, before she had the ball. I think it might have been the case. And sometimes you have to make sure of that first out. I don't think that she would have turned to double play, so you got to make sure of that out. And again, here we are, two defensive, I would say, not ideal situations have opened up the door for the Philippines without them actually coming up and getting a solid hit.
Yeah, that last play scored an infield single. And you and I were talking about it, at least hinting at it, during a recent break while we were off air. The Puerto Rico defense might be a key in this game, and as of right now, that conversation proving somewhat prescient. Now, can the Philippines truly take advantage of this?
Yeah, that'll be the key here, obviously, because they haven't really hit the ball solidly off of Sanchez. And the Puerto Rico defense has been, as you said, hot and cold, and if they come up with some big plays here, might be able to get out of this inning without any damage.
Donna Arroyo with a fantastic diving grab in left to prevent a potential run from scoring to end the fourth inning. So yeah, they've been hot. Now perhaps trying to work out of a bit of a cold snap on a 90-degree day. Diaz struck out looking in the second. Fouls that one into the crowd.
Remember, Barlita lit off the inning with a pop-up to the shortstop. And now we have one out with two runners on. Dave Tamba, our pitcher, is actually at first base and out in the heat. So they're not able to use a courtesy runner until there's two outs.
Yep. To third again, twirls and tags the bag to get the lead runner.
Sanchez doing a great job of getting eliciting another ground ball. This time Martinez keeps it simple, takes care of the ball and gets that out. It's a big out. Not a ball you're probably going to turn a double play on anyway, so make sure of that out. Looks like they're not running for Tamba. I think she might be one of their fastest runners.
Chantal Antira reached on an error, but was left stranded at second. Yep, there's Tamba. Hanging around second with Billy Fab Diaz at first. Hit sharply. Gloved. And the throw to first in time for the out.
Defense, good job by the second baseman, snagging that ball and keeping them in this inning.
And the Philippines with a potential chance, again, falling by the wayside. It's a 1-0 ball game, 5 innings in. key sequence in this game may have been sparked by Donna Arroyo for Puerto Rico. Take it back to the 4th inning, in which the Philippines at the plate, but then Donna Arroyo makes a fantastic defensive sliding grab in left. That thwarts a potential threat for the Philippines. The celebration off of Puerto Rico, and then Arroyo struck very quickly, drilling a double to lead off the 5th inning, and then Arroyo eventually able to come around the score thanks to this RBI single by Bridgenell Centennial. That, right now, that sequence is your difference in the game.
Absolutely. Arroyo doing a great job, I think, bringing that adrenaline from the catch, obviously into her bat. But most importantly, I think Tamba left a ball over the plate in a critical situation there. And unfortunately, Centeno did a great job of cashing in.
Well, how many times does it happen? You make a big defensive play to end one half of the inning, and then, oh, I got to go up and make a big hit here, and they do.
Well, I think, you know, a lot of hitting is confidence, and it's if you're feeling good about a play you've made, you're going to play kind of feeling good, and it's a great way to have to go up with somebody like Faith Tamba, who might be able to disrupt your positive vibes, and she didn't wait long. She swung at that first pitch and drove it to that right center gap.
Meanwhile, Nanielis Martinez is down in the count 0-2. Jessica Palmera might need a bit of a moment for a second after that last foul off.
Continue to send love to our catchers out there. I think the catchers physically take a lot of wear and tear on them, and a lot of abuse, and a lot of, I guess abuse isn't the right word, but a lot of physical challenges that come at them.
Hit to short. Safe at first.
Really impressive, the hustle down the line. Obviously, as she's working hard, Martinez is running hard to get down the line. Forces the shortstop to rush her throw after a little bit of a bobble. So I think, again, being resilient and being tenacious, hustling down that line, creates an error, in my opinion.
Yep, it is an E6. Came out the gate at top speed. Martinez is safe at first.
Here we are with a leadoff runner again for Puerto Rico. Continue to put the pressure on the Philippines and Faith Tamba. And this is a big hitter up here. She's got to be careful here.
Elise Rosa with a home run earlier this week. Singled in the 3rd, was later erased on a fielder's choice.
Rosa's got great power, never gets cheated. So as a left-handed hitter here, obviously she likes to pull the ball.
Gets the corner called. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Love that pitch for Tamba. I think working that outside corner.
Rosa standing in from the left side.
Great discipline by Rosa there.
Yeah, not much difference between that pitch and the one previous.
I think Rosa's doing a good job of, she knows she's looking down in the zone, not wanting to chase anything up in the zone, which is Tamba's strength. I'm liking the focus right now out of Rosa.
2-2.
He puts a good cut on that ball. It's a great pitch by Tamba on that outside corner. Again, this is a great battle right here between a really dangerous hitter and a really competent pitcher. It's a 2-strike hitter now. Rosa wants to make sure that she can keep herself out of a double play situation. And
bring her up. Strike 3 call.
It's a great pitch for Tamba. She's learning that outside corner of the plate from the umpire and takes full advantage of it. I think Rosa disagreed, but again, the only strike zone that matters is the umpires.
Dianelis Roque struck out in the third. Nine strikeouts for Tamba in this one. She had 10 versus California, 17 versus Texas, 9 versus Canada, and 10 versus Pennsylvania. And not a whole lot of walks along the way. Matter of fact, she has not walked anyone today.
Well, when you're throwing 86% strikes, you're probably not going to have a lot of walks.
Throw down to second. Got her.
Great throw by Palmera there to cut down the runner. Huge out there, taking away the threat. You love that as a pitcher when your catcher can get you an out without having to throw a pitch to a batter.
That was right on the money.
Good attempt to try and get her foot in there, but obviously gets tagged prior.
And now a pop-up. Bahar, who's been steady in the field, makes that grab too. Do we need to put a pin in that sequence? Maybe. Philippines in a one-run game. Let's see, what's happening over on field number one? Ah, there we have. We have the split box, left side of your screen, Central versus East. And it looks like Michigan has a 1-0 lead in the third inning. Over on field number one, that winner will face North Carolina, the Southeast Region champs, in the semifinal tomorrow. There's your updated bracket as things stand right now.
It's an exciting time in this championship bracket. Obviously single elimination and extra added pressure onto every game, every pitch.
It all funnels into Saturday's championship game. We know there will be a new champion region-wise. The Southwest region champ. Southwest took last year's Junior League Softball World Series. It did not even make the championship bracket this year. And ladies, unfortunately, from Shiner, Texas, unable to get a win in pool play. So there will be a new champion from a regional standpoint. The 2-0. 3-0.
Showing some great discipline here, obviously putting the pressure on to Sanchez to throw strikes. Right now, her job is to get on first base and start this inning off with the runner on for the Philippines.
Now 3-1, Asia Pacific. The last time it won this tournament was 2023. The last Latin America region team to win the Junior League Softball World Series was 10 years ago. Maunabo Little League out of Puerto Rico. The 3-1. Full count.
Good job by Sanchez. Just needs to focus on throwing one per time. But the last thing you want to do is give a free base here. So force this hitter to come up with a hit. And if she does, you tip your cap. But you stay composed, just keep throwing strikes.
But that one dribbles through into center field for a base hit.
And if you're Sanchez, you would much rather see that happen rather than a walk. So they'll go to work, obviously, with the leadoff runner on base here. Very likely we're going to see Angel trying to sacrifice and move her over into scoring position. They are down to their last 6 outs. They need to score at least one to keep this game in play.
Or score 2 to put all the pressure on Puerto Rico. Here's a fly ball to right field off the bat of Chua. Well, Centeno's done terrific work in right field all week.
Centeno's really solid in that outfield position. Obviously, we saw the diving catch, but I'm just really impressed with her read on a ball. Battling the sun, she just does a really great job out there.
Just keeps reeling him in.
And she's a pretty good dancer out there, I will say. She likes to celebrate after a catch, but that's a big out, obviously, without allowing that runner to move into scoring position.
Regina Mael Castillo. Off of Sanchez's glove, but goes to short. The throw to first. Got her! The unorthodox 1-6-3 double play. Holy smokes.
Impressive play on that double play.
As this ball was hit a bouncer right back to Sanchez. It skipped off her glove. Rosa says, it's cool, I got this. And it's still 1-0. A look at the line score as we head to the 7th inning. Puerto Rico with a 1-0 lead and getting a tremendously large double play to end that last frame. Usually when you get the leadoff runner on board, you sacrifice. Philippines didn't do here, and it cost them dearly.
Yeah, I think it's the challenge is not always that you want to try and score too many runs or take too much of an advantage and not trying to score that single run. But the biggest threat is hitting into a double play, which really takes you out of it.
And after the leadoff single, Hermohino, fly out, and then the 1-6-3 double play you just saw. Strike one called as Tamba pumps that one right down the middle to Camelia Delgado. Tamba's given up just 3 base hits, 2 of them coming in the 5th. A leadoff double by Donna Arroyo, then an RBI single by Britnelli Centeno. That's the difference in the game. No balls, 2 strikes.
Great swing by Delgado right there. She wants to make Tamba work. Takes a great hack. Favorite baseball player is Francisco Lindor.
I don't believe that Faith Tamba's had a 3-ball count all day. Fouled off. And by my highly unofficial count, she's only gone to 2-ball counts. Actually, no, there's more than I thought. So 5 times, 5 2-ball counts so far. And this is in 24 batters faced. 22 batters faced, check that. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. That is strikeout number 10.
Delgado definitely taking her hack there, even with 2 strikes. Not going to get cheated. I think Tamba does a good job of seeing that in her, make sure she doesn't throw anything near the plate. Takes this ball high and out of the zone. Big hack from Delgado.
Tamba to face Heavenly Santiago now. Strike one call.
I think if I were the Puerto Rico hitters right now, I don't know they'd be taking a lot of strikes. You know you're going to get them, so early in the count I would be looking for a good pitch to hit. Not a perfect pitch, but a good pitch.
17th first pitch strike out of 23 batters faced now for Tamba. Past Tamba to Matarong, it's short. Well handled.
Spectacular play, Matarong. Matarong just explosive up the middle. Great coverage, covering great ground. Really fun to see an infielder with that kind of speed and range and dynamic movement. Tamba fields her position really well, so she doesn't need to worry about covering everything up the middle. When you got a shortstop that can make a play like this, switch your feet, make a throw, take that all day long.
That's good stuff.
Really impressive.
Vega at the plate, struck out looking in the 4th. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be the 11, 12, 13 batters due up for the Philippines. Pasilan, Sirocco, and Pasión. Strike one.
Again, Tamba coming right at the strike zone early in the count.
Seemed to have taken a little bit off of that last pitch.
Might have focused a little bit more on the spin. Yeah, I think it had a little more spin and movement on it, not necessarily trying to throw it quite as hard. And that's the thing that Tampa's done well, is obviously she doesn't throw a lot of off speed, but she does intermix pitches where she focuses on spin and location more than just speed.
And no one would have mistaken that previous pitch for an off speed. We've seen some doozies here this week. But
Yeah.
certainly that one a bit more spin forward, shall we say.
Most definitely. And that's important for Tamba at this point in time. If you're not going to really throw a true off speed, you've got to make sure that you're effectively mixing your speed, even on your hard stuff.
Vega called timeout. I think she's in need of a hydration break.
Well, we're getting a little bit of the sun feels like for the first time that we've been out here, and moving out of the shade of our treehouse.
Yeah, today, the warmest day of the week. We'll cool it down a little bit again starting tomorrow. Temperatures near 90 in the Seattle metro area for today. Skies not as smoky as they have been for much of this week, and that is certainly a welcome development. Of course, they're still dealing with the wildfires on the opposite side of the state out towards Spokane. Certainly a major undertaking there. But the skies as clear as they've been all week. Weather, since the very first game of this event on Sunday anyway, has not been a factor here in Kirkland.
Yoa Vega got composed here, got a chance to get some hydration, clear her throat. She's an athlete that loves, obviously, Puerto Rico. Her favorite team is the Puerto Rican national team in softball. And her favorite athlete, Alicia Ocasio, who I believe has represented Puerto Rico on the national team.
Well, there's a strikeout for Tamba, her 11th of the day. So by and large, she's done what she can, but she needs some help from her friends. The Philippines want to win. comes down to this for the Philippines. They're down 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Key sequence in this game as of right now looks to bridge the bottom of the 4th and the top of the 5th. The 4th inning ended with the Philippines at the plate, but Donna Arroyo, a diving grab, preventing a potential run from scoring from second. And then Arroyo taking matters into her own hands to begin the 5th inning, drilling a towering leadoff double on the very first pitch, and then getting driven in by Britnellis Centeno. That makes it 1-0. Puerto Rico in the 5th inning. Philippines with a chance in the 6th, but the 1-6-3 double play to end the mini threat. So far, the little things have gone Puerto Rico's way as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Absolutely. Tomba's pitched a great job, but I think one pitch that she would want to have back would be that pitch that she threw to Centeno. Other than that, she's been brilliant, to be honest with you. And I think, we've seen Puerto Rico take advantage. They made a few miscues, and then defensively, they've just come up with some plays, getting the breaks. And right now, that's the difference in the ballgame. So exciting to see if Puerto Rico can hold out, Sanchez can hold out, and keep Puerto Rico from tying this game or potentially winning this game here in the bottom 7th.
Benin Pasilan, the batter. Brianna Sanchez has been in the circle since pitch 1. Pasilan lined out to short. That was a diving play by Naelis Rosa. Chance to advance in the knockout stage at stake right here. Hit to second. 1 away.
Great job. Again, Sanchez has done a really impressive job of throwing a lot of ground balls, and her defense has been coming through. It's a great job by Chua right there. Throws the ball a little bit high, but
Ellis Roque making the play.
Yes.
Jamaica Bernadette Sirocco, the batter now. Making the grab in center, Yadi Figueroa. Puerto Rico brought its gloves with them for this game.
Puerto Rico playing with the gloves. She does a great job. Figueroa does a great job of calling that early. Ball's dying just a little bit and has to leave her feet, but she was on tap for that ball the whole way. I don't think there was a chance that ball was going to fall.
Philippines now down to its final out. Lane Pasión fouls off the first pitch. She struck out swinging in the 4th.
Well, she's coming out aggressive and swinging the bat. I think the thing with Sanchez is that you've got to be on time, right? She likes to keep the ball down in the zone, but will mix different locations. And what you don't want to do is take the one good pitch you might be getting.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Philippines down to their last strike. With 2 outs here, we certainly have seen damage can be done. The first task at hand is
fouled off.
Pasión getting on base.
Count stays at 0-2.
Yeah, Sanchez way ahead in the count. I was just going to say that, and she needs to be smart here and leave nothing too much over the plate.
Could be playable. Can't hang on.
Great effort by the catcher and first baseman, both attacking a ball that's in a really unique little corner. But you can see both athletes going hard. avoiding colliding with each other and obviously with the fence.
So
Pasion still alive.
Yeah, potential reprieve for the Philippines. Let's see, no balls, 2 strikes. And this one's a fly ball to right. It lands, and it rolls to the wall. Pasion has a stand-up double.
Will be interesting to see if that missed pop-up comes back to haunt them, obviously with 2 outs. They still are well in control here, but they move to the number 14 hitter and Agan.
Agan singled in the 4th. Pasion the tying run at second. Gets through. Pasion coming around third. Here comes the throw. Safe. Tie game.
Incredible. And here's exactly what we saw, is that the defensive miscue on that pop-up, and then a misplayed ball there at second base. Well hit, but misplayed ball leads to the tying run coming around to score with 2 outs. And the Philippines fan base is going crazy. There was almost a tag on that play at home. I don't think there was any tag. I don't know if there's anything to appeal. Certainly was a close play. Great slide coming into home as she avoids the tag, and Pasion is safe, and we are all tied up.
Turns over the lineup, Matarong. And that brings Juan Vega out of the dugout. Puerto Rico literally had the game in its grasp.
2 plays that they'll come back to haunt them if they drop this ball game. It's tough to always put it on any one play, but
Sure.
I think certainly the momentum after the pop fly was not retrieved and held on to gave the Philippines a new life. And now at this point, the game's not over. Obviously, we've got the winning run now on first base.
Yep.
And with 2 outs.
Let's take it back to that pop-up. It was on an 0-2 pitch to Pasion, who doubled on the very next pitch after that. Now Matarong with a couple of ground outs today will try to extend things, if not potentially end it right here.
For Matarong, obviously she wants to keep this inning going and get that runner to move into scoring position. Pass the bat to...
And she does just that.
Coming to the plate, a big threat in Bahar. The next 2 hitters are 2 of the Philippines' strongest hitters. So the threat is real here, even with 2 outs, for this ball game to be over.
So there's the single by Matarong, first and second. The walk-off run is 120 feet away. And Jewel Miles Bahar is at the plate. Bahar had a 3-game hit streak coming into this. Was robbed of a base hit thanks to that diving grab by Donna Arroyo to end the 4th.
Well, a base hit here could end this ball game and keep her streak alive. She's an athlete that's been hitting well in this tournament, hitting .440.
Giving chase, but that lands out of play.
It's important for Bahar to stay composed. She doesn't have to get a hit here. She gets to get a hit here. Taking advantage of the pressure that's on the defense right here and on Sanchez.
Going at second, Matarong at first. The pitch.
It's good discipline right there. Last thing she needs to chase the ball out of the zone. she would take a walk here and bring up Barlita. So the Philippines are now in the driver's seat.
That skips off of Sanchez's glove, rolls to Roque, and she's got nowhere to go.
Good piece of hitting by Bahar there, driving that ball back up the middle. Sanchez deflecting the ball, and Roque's out of position, obviously moving up the middle. And this brings up Barlita. I will say again, hitting 750, the leading hitter in this tournament. Out of all 10 teams, probably the one hitter you want to face the least.
So after the diving grab by Figueroa in second, put 2 outs on the board. The drop foul pop-up leading directly to the double by Pasión. Then Agon with an RBI single to drive in Pasión. Matarong with the single. Behar with an infield single.
And now with that run 60 feet away, it could be a pass ball, it could be a walk, it could be a number of things. Barlita, again, needs to make sure that the pressure is in the circle and not trying to take it on. Solid contact here could definitely cause some havoc and end this game.
Turns to third, steps on the bag, and we're going to extras.
Great job by third baseman there, staying composed. Barlita a little bit anxious.
Anxious moments here in Kirkland, and we're not done yet. Seven innings, not enough. We're going extras. To the top of the 8th. Philippines pushing across a run in dramatic fashion. Tie things up at 1 apiece. A reminder that now that we are in extra innings, we have the tiebreaker rule that is in effect. Every offense begins with the runner at second base. That runner will be the player scheduled to bat last that inning. That runner for Puerto Rico is headed out to second base right now. It's Yaris Vega. You start with the runner at second.
Obviously, interesting strategy here. When you're the visiting team in the tiebreaker, you often are really focused on scoring a run, so you will oftentimes sacrifice for sure, moving that runner into scoring position.
Well, double bad news, I guess, in a sense for Puerto Rico. Not only were you unable to close it out in regulation, you got to face more Faith Tamba now. She's already struck out 11 and has walked none.
And other than that one pitch, Tamba really has been lights out. So interesting to see here, but they don't have to get a hit to score a run in this tiebreak situation. They just need to advance the runner.
Chatini struck out looking in the fourth.
Chatini's got to be really smart here. Her role here is about moving that runner to scoring position. She doesn't need to try and be safe or move out of the box too quickly. Her job should be to put the ball in play. And we see her keep taking that step out of the box. Unfortunately, tough to put down a ball when you're moving, especially off a pitcher like Tamba, who has great movement.
Yep.
So now with 2 strikes on her, Chatini really needs to focus on tracking the ball deep, hitting it to the right side, hitting behind the runner.
Inside corner, bring her up.
Great pitch by Tamba, knowing that she doesn't want to pull the ball, goes inside and gives herself that first out of the innings. Massive out is now. They really do need to get a hit to score this run.
Paula Rodriguez, bottom of the order. Tries to go up and get it, misses. No balls and 1 strike.
Important for Rodriguez here to, again, try and put the ball in play. Let the defense have to manage the runner.
Early off the fist, no balls, 2 strikes.
Doing Tamba things by throwing strikes. Not going to throw a lot of balls out of the zone here.
The most pitches that she had thrown in the game this week had been 96 against California. 81 of those went for strikes that day, by the way. Count stays at 0-2.
Rodriguez battling here. We're going to see a lot of pitches up in the zone. Rodriguez can foul those off, but really what she doesn't want to do is pop up a ball here in the infield. She'd much rather have the ball on the ground in the play, so at least the runner has the ability to potentially advance.
Strikeout number 13.
Back-to-back strikeouts. Faith Tamba really impressive here in this 8th inning tiebreaker.
Rodriguez shackled.
But that brings up Arrea, who got the double.
Yep.
And was this go-ahead run.
This is pitch number 101 for Tamba. It's hit to short. Matarong hangs in there, but doesn't get the throw over in time.
Once again, putting that ball in play on the ground puts a lot of pressure on the defense. Matarong has been very solid out there, but obviously tries to rush. Runners traveling, running in front of her. And now we have a situation, obviously, where Texador comes to the plate, and we'll see how they work the first and third here. Will they try and advance the runner to second, draw a throw, and potentially score without getting a hit?
It's an error on Matarong. Rizvi Halanondi comes out of the dugout.
Philippines is going to talk about how they're going to defend this.
Yep. I think the things you just outlined.
Obviously, they don't want to give up that runner at third to score, but they also do not want to allow Aurora to get to second base freely.
Winner stays in the championship bracket, faces California, the West Region champs, tomorrow. Still has a chance to bring home the big banner. Tejidor, a couple of strikeouts today.
Tejidor, who just missed that tag to end the ball game, would love to have an opportunity here to get her team a run. She needs to stay patient.
Instead, tries to go after the first pitch, swing and a miss.
I like swinging on the first pitch, but she doesn't need that big of a swing. She needs a base hit here. She knows that Tamba's going to throw strikes, but she needs to take Tamba's power and put it right back up the middle. Not try and go for anything too big. It's almost potentially comforting to be in a two-strike situation here because she knows she's got to just keep this bat alive. So tracking the ball deep, she doesn't need to worry about that off-speed pitch. Just put the ball in play. Take it to that right side.
Got her. Big strikeout. And we are still tied, and Faith is fired up.
Huge, huge opportunity for Faith right there to strike out the side.
And Tejidor 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. The biggest one here. And the Philippines has a chance. Well, who will the West Region champs from California be facing in tomorrow's action? That's what they're sticking around to find out. We hope you are too. I'm curious to know. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. In extras, tied at 1. Puerto Rico scored its run in the 5th. Philippines came across bottom 7th.
And now in the tiebreaker here, obviously Puerto Rico unable to score on their half. And now Philippines with the winning run at second base.
It's Charisse Barlita rather, at second.
I'd be really surprised if we don't see Palmera here sacrificing and moving that runner over. The key thing in this tiebreaker is that you don't have to get a hit. If you can move that runner to third, you don't have to get a hit to win this ball game. Oh.
Or the ball can just sail clear to the backstop.
That's unfortunate for Sanchez. A little bit of a over adrenaline, I think, on that pitch. And now that runner in score position with nobody out really puts a lot of pressure on the defense here. We know that Sanchez is not a big strikeout pitcher. She's had a few, but she's not a big strikeout pitcher, so the defense is going to have to come up and make some plays. The outfield needs to be up as close as they can to still be able to make a play. There's no reason to play deep here in the outfield, because if a ball hits you deep in the outfield, it's going to score a run easy. What you do want to protect from is ball hit in front. And here we go. We got bringing up Tamba.
Yeah, intentional walk to Palmera.
I don't know about this move. I'm going to tell you, when a pitcher has a chance to win their own ball game, they are more motivated than anyone else. Oh, And they're going to walk her as well.
Tamba too, yes they are. So they're going to intentionally walk it loaded with nobody out.
So this is a decent strategy.
Well, Puerto Rico's turned one triple play this week.
Decent strategy. Obviously, you're getting to a 375 hitters instead of a 440 hitter, and you have the force play. But the challenge is your pitcher has to throw strikes, because a poorly pitched batter could end the game without it ever being put in play.
Infield in, Diaz at the plate.
Rosa's really close. Might be a little too close.
But it's right to her. The throw home gets one. How about that? She was in the right spot all the time.
We've said that all along. Positioning is key on defense. Ball hit sharply right back to her.
Rosa, right place, right time, right play. Bases are still loaded. There is one out on the board, Chantal and Tira.
Tira looking to drive the ball out of the infield.
Outside, ball one.
And Tira needs to stay composed and not try and create more adrenaline here. Pressure is clearly on the pitcher and on the defense. She needs to focus on getting a good pitch. Solid contact and driving the ball out of the infield.
1-1.
Good job by Sanchez coming to the inside part of the plate. In this situation, obviously a hard ground ball to first base actually could be a bad situation for the offense.
Palmera at third, Tamba at second, Diaz at first. And nowhere to put Antira if it comes to that, 2-1.
Each ball kind of multiplies exponentially the pressure on the pitcher, and that's the challenge with walking the bases loaded. Takes a mental strain and a mental toll on the pitcher. She needs to simplify, throw one pitch at a time. That'll be it.
Fly ball, deep to left. Plops down, rolls to the wall. Good night, everybody. The Philippines survive and advance.
Great piece of hitting right there. Tracking that ball deep, sending it deep to the outfield. It wouldn't have mattered whether it was caught or not. That run was going to score. It's a heartbreaker for Puerto Rico. Feel for their entire team and Sanchez, of course.
Puerto Rico almost won this game. Had it literally in their grasp. But Faith Tamba helps carry the Philippines to victory, and the Asia-Pacific region champs stay in the tournament and still have a chance to win a championship. The final score in 8 innings, the Philippines 2, Puerto Rico 1. What a ball game this was.
Incredible ball game coming down to this final hit.
Tears of disappointment for Puerto Rico, but tears of happiness for the Philippines as there's a look at your latest bracket. They're still underway on field one behind us, bottom fifth. Michigan with a 2-0 lead over Pennsylvania. That winner faces North Carolina, but one of the semifinals is already set. California out of the West, the Philippines out of Asia Pacific.
And that's a rematch of that opening game of the tournament that was lost on a home run. Will be a hard-fought battle, but here in this game, obviously, came down to this swing right here of the bat.
Chantal and Tira, bases loaded and one out, and able to decide it with this swing of the bat. Palmera scores, and the celebration is on.
It completes that comeback. It was an incredible comeback. The 7th inning was I think one of the most spectacular things, with 4 consecutive hits with 2 outs to tie the ball game.
Boy, so a happy Friday morning already back in the Philippines, as the young ladies from Bacolod City Little League will meet Foothill Little League out of California tomorrow. What are we going to have in the semis? I can't wait. What a game this was. 2-1 the final in 8 innings. Well played from start to finish. On behalf of our magnificent ESPN Plus crew and my broadcast partner, Kirk Walker, I'm Troy Clarity. Thank you for being here with us. The Philippines still in the dance as they beat Puerto Rico 2-1 in 8 innings.